Hello, hello, y'all. Welcome to another great late night podcast. We're Bridget and Holly, and I'm your host, Holly.
And I'm your host, Bridget.
And y'all, before we get started, let me remind you, do not forget, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell. We are on every Tuesday, every Friday, 11 p.m. with new podcasts. You don't want to miss them. Also, head on over to Spotify. You can find us there. You can listen to us on your way to work, on your way home, on your lunch break, or when you're cleaning your house. So to get that started, we're going to let you know that tonight's podcast is called Deep Questions. And that's going to be a new series that me and Bridget are going to bring to the podcast. So buckle up, grab your popcorn if you need to, because we're about to ask some questions.
Deep questions.
Deep.
Oh, who's going to start us off, boo-boo?
We are going to let you start off because, first of all, even though we got some crazy questions, I got a feeling you probably have picked really crazy ones that's going to stump me. So I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and let you start.
All right. It's a Freaky Friday situation where you woke up in someone else's body. Who would you like to be for the day? And they would have to inhabit your body for the day.
Ooh, Freaky Friday. God. Who would I want to be? Oh, well, I almost want to say it's a celebrity I'd like to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think, God, wow. When you're asked that question, you think you know it, but then you're like, all this stuff is running through your mind. Like, who would you want to be? Freaky Friday. Who would I want to be for a day?
Mm-hmm.
That's difficult. Y'all, I'm telling you, these are some deep questions because you're like, dang. Because do I go celebrity? Or do I go with like who I know or somebody in my life that I kind of would like to be like in their mind and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do.
I think, honestly, if there was ever a Freaky Friday, I mean, I know it's a little too late to do it now, but I would have loved to switch places with my mama.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason being is because she's this is why you remind me of her so much when I tell you like, oh my God, you're like me. Is she was very, very strong, and the things that would get most people down
Uh-huh.
and put them into like just a downward spiral or make them depressed or whatever, she could just roll it off her chest and just handle it, or roll it off her back. You know, like she knew how to pull through like situations like that when when times got tough. She knew how to handle it and everything, and she was so smart and she was so talented. And I would have loved to just be her for a day, just to experience like her thoughts and have that strong mind, that strong power like she had.
Oh, that's amazing. I like that.
Who would you be? Who would you do Freaky Friday with?
You don't want to hear my answer.
I
want
think
to.
I know who.
Who?
Can I guess before you say it?
Yeah.
Ruger.
No.
No, well, the only reason I say that is because how you feel about Ruger is how I feel about Gracie, and we know that we're their person, and they love us so much. And I ain't gonna lie, if I could be in Gracie's mind and to see how she sees me through her eyes and know her thoughts, I would love to know that, because I feel like when they look at me and you, they're like, I love you so, so much. Like, because they can't be without us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But that's
I'm a
not
little
who it would be
shocked.
for me. It would probably be my absentee son.
Mm-hmm. I can see why.
Because I would like
Hands
to have an
down.
opportunity to know how he feels, and I want him to have an opportunity to know how I feel.
Yeah.
So, I think if you'd switch bodies, you might have that opportunity. I ain't going to say. We'll discuss
Bridget, that
after
was
the
an awesome
podcast.
answer.
Yeah,
That
I
was an
think I
awesome
would.
answer.
Mm, thank you.
That would be amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know it could never happen, but I wish somehow, some way that could happen for you.
Me too.
Yep.
I think if I was him, I'd drive down here and apologize to me.
I know. Yes,
I'm sorry,
exactly.
Mom.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah,
I will have to tell you before I read my question
yeah.
again, because on our podcast we always talk about how much we're like. That was one of my questions that I had circled. Out of
Okay.
all of these questions, there's three. What there's fix and tell y'all on these deep questions. There are 305 questions,
Ooh.
and I circled that one.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
That's crazy. No, the one that you just asked me.
Oh,
The Freaky
how
Friday,
about
I
that?
circled that one to ask.
How about that? That is
I know, ain't
crazy.
that funny? Um, this one is a good one because I'm curious to see what you would choose, because I know how you feel about dogs. They're both our favorite pets.
Right.
But if you could be any mythical creature, what would you be and why?
Unicorn.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love unicorns. Why?
I think they're beautiful and they can fly and they're magical.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My answer is going to go good with yours because I would be a fairy.
Oh,
Because they can
okay.
fly and they're magical. And I mean, we'd be besties still because,
Yeah.
a unicorn and a fairy, they just go hand in hand together.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They do. How
I would have
about
never
that?
thought
That's cool.
unicorn, though. That is so cool.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite mythical creature is a unicorn.
You know, I am not going to lie. A unicorn has always been my favorite mythical creature until Tinkerbell came along
Oh, okay.
and stole my heart.
How about that? That's cool.
Yeah.
So, what small thing annoys you to an irrational degree? Like it just drives you nuts.
My husband not taking out the trash because it
Fuck
is
yeah.
it's so simple. It's the tiniest thing. You just pick the fucking bag up, take a couple of steps out the damn door,
Yep.
lift the trash can lid, and bring your ass back in.
Yep.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
No.
Jason,
Look,
take the damn trash out.
you hear her?
Yeah.
Listen to her. What is yours?
Oh, repetitive noises.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
repetitive. We talked about that, and that ended up being a phobia. I can't remember what the name of it was. Remember?
Yes, it did end up being a phobia.
But it's like if somebody sits there and they're tapping like tut, 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 or if they're doing something, or I don't know, just like or if you're sitting there rewinding the TV and watching the same segment over like TikTok. If I'm not watching it now, when I'm watching it and I list something over, but sometimes my husband he's bad for watching the same TikTok over and over, and I'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
Yes, that's
scroll
like
past
pause
that
that shit.
shit. Yeah,
Just
scroll
pause it to
past
read
it.
the comments.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we established that I had that phobia too because
Yeah.
Jason would be in the car or like when we're riding or something, and he's got a bad thing of like tapping,
Yeah.
especially when
Oh.
music's on, and I'm like,
Oh
"You giving me anxiety?
no.
Please stop that!
Yep.
Just stop." And he'll just beat and beat and beat on stuff.
Yep. That would
Oh,
make me
that's annoying.
crazy. Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um. Oh, okay. So here's a good one. Imagine that you could choose when and how you were going to die.
Mhm.
At what age would you like to die and how would you like to go?
Well, of course I'd like to go in my sleep. I'd just like to fall asleep and not wake back up. That's the
Right.
ideal way to go. Um my age. I'm able to choose my age.
Uh huh.
Well, I'd love to say 100, but at that point you're probably going to outlive your husband, all your kids. Um 100. Let's just go with 100.
100.
Yeah.
That
What
would be
would you?
mine. I would
Okay.
like to live to be 100 years old and just peacefully in my bed.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
that's
that's the
it.
easiest way. Yeah. Now,
I think
what's
so.
the one way you wouldn't want to die?
I would not want to be somewhere where I'm not with family and have something happen, like, the big H, or, like somebody like getting you and attacking you, or something like that. Because I don't mind going places by myself, but I do get a little bit of anxiety sometimes, especially if it's at night or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And again, with the Datelines 48-hour mysteries in 2020, and just my dad being a cop, that's really messed with me. So it's funny, because, or not funny, but when you're in a relationship, you do everything together. It's like you can't be separated, and sometimes,
Right.
like, that slows down a little bit. And so was so used to when me and Jason would go places, because he always pays attention. He's been a bouncer, a security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh my God, he's been a bouncer, security guard, and a bounty hunter,
Right.
and so he's always alert. So when I started going some places without him, I've I've always paid attention and noticed the little details and stuff. But when you
Right.
got somebody who's doing it for you,
Right.
it's like,
You don't
oh,
have to. Yeah. You
yeah.
can relax. Yeah.
And so it's like I had to retrain my brain to do
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'm constantly worried. Even now, I'm always looking around, like, make sure somebody crazy ain't around, and that, there's not like a fight over here happening or something like that. So
Right.
that's what mine will be. What about
Mm.
yours?
I would never want to be. I wouldn't want to die by fire.
Oh God, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or drowning, because I
Right.
can't swim. Yeah,
Yeah. I think those are two horrible ways to die, but yeah, that would
yeah.
probably be
Because
mine.
God, I mean, could you imagine that? Like,
I know.
oh God, that's,
I
yeah.
just wouldn't want it. Mm-mm. Nope. Just would not want it. So is it my turn?
Uh huh.
Okay. Uh, would you prefer your family be smaller or larger than it is now, or neither? Do you wish you were more involved with your extended family?
Um, I wish my family was larger, and the only reason I say that is because we were a large family, and all of my aunts on my mama's side, they're gone. They passed away. They all passed away. The sisters passed away a year apart, except for the youngest. She did live the longest,
Mm-hmm.
and all of our uncles are gone.
Mm.
Uncle Bobby was the first one of. It was Uncle Bobby and the four sisters that, and I said four sisters. Yeah, yeah, four. Mama, Aunt Shirley, Aunt Vicky, and Aunt Franny, and there was Uncle Bobby, who was the oldest. And on my dad's side, um, I kind of don't remember a lot of the aunts from his side. I just remember I had two Aunt Shirleys, my
Uh-huh.
mom's sister Shirley, and then my dad's Aunt Shirley, which was my great aunt. And I'd tell you a story about that another time. We might have a podcast on it. But I remember her and my Aunt Connie, and that's really all I remember. So for me, I would say a larger family. And the family we do have, I mean, I am close to them. I have a couple of cousins that we don't see each other every day and talk every day, but when we do talk, it's not awkward, and we love one another and say, "Hey, I love you," and da 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 da. So for me,
Right.
it definitely will be larger.
Yeah. I would do neither. I wouldn't make it bigger or smaller. I'm pretty content with the family that I have now, but
Yeah.
I've always found that family's problematic.
Uh huh.
So I definitely wouldn't want it to be larger. I tend to feel like the friends, like I have like Shelly, she's my best friend. I consider her family. I consider you family. Like I want my family's made up of my friends. They're family by choice to me.
Yeah, see, mine too.
Yeah. So I'm more that. I think blood family a lot of times is very problematic.
Yeah, and I
Hmm.
I don't feel like you have to be blood to be somebody's family.
Exactly. I don't
You know,
either.
like
Mm-mm.
you. I've never believed in that. You do not have to be blood to be family.
I agree.
Um, what do you get the most compliments about yourself?
Are you talking about appearance or
Just in
personality?
just in general, like what do you get comments on? What do people say to most? Like, oh, Bridget, I love this, and that about
More
you.
than I'm a wise, you know what I'm saying? That I've got a good personality and that I'm smart, that I'm real intelligent.
Yeah, all that is true. All that
Yeah.
is true about you.
And that I give good advice. Everybody knows that I give really good sound advice.
Yeah, she does, and I'm telling you, just real quick, y'all have heard me and Bridget talk numerous times on our podcast that, we've got Ask Bridget and Holly, settled the argument,
Mhm.
um, confessions sorta, can be advice, will just depend on what you're seeing, but settle the argument and Ask Bridget and Holly. We
Mhm.
we really encourage y'all to send us emails to bridgetandholly@gmail.com. So we've got questions coming in. We just need enough to make a show.
Right.
But anytime, like if I got something going on and I need some advice, she helps me in a heartbeat. And it's the way she breaks it down. And I don't even know how to describe it. And her voice is soothing.
Oh.
So the times I've called her and I've been crying and this and that's going on, and like the waterworks end up stopping, and then I start crying because it means so much to me that she
Oh.
was there for me. Because I mean, she'll tell you, she asks my advice and I give it to her,
Yeah.
and she'll thank me and she takes it, but I don't give it the way she does. I don't think I do. She just, I don't know. Bridget is blunt. I'm blunt, but there's something about her bluntness that comes off as not mean or bitchy. Not that I'm mean or bitchy, but it's,
Right.
but it's,
Tactful. It's tactful.
yeah, like
I
she's
can tell
gonna
you the
tell
truth
you
in
the
a
truth.
tactful way. Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like she's gonna be like, if I was like, Bridget, do you like this outfit? Bitch, you go change, you look Arctic.
Right.
No, she might say, well, now, Holly, it's not my favorite outfit of yours, that of mine that you're wearing, but I do believe that I would put this on instead of that, because, it's not too flattering for you. That's
Your
a little
ass
bit
looks
of
like a
Bridget
badonky
101.
donk in that outfit. Go change.
Yeah, that's a little Bridget 101 for you guys. So y'all
Yeah.
get those questions in. Y'all ask
Absolutely.
us some stuff.
I can give some good advice. That's what I think people most compliment
Heck
me on.
yeah.
Even Shelley will tell all her kids. I mean, we share one child, that's Ronnie's, hers and
Your
Ronnie's
bonus
kid. That we're
baby.
we're all parents. Yes, my bonus baby, and we share him. But either her other two sons, they think of me as like a second mom, and she'll always
Oh,
tell them and their girlfriends and family, if you ever have any questions, call Bridge and ask her. She'll tell you. You know she's got good
oh,
advice. So everybody always says that about me.
and I see why. God, I see why. I mean,
Oh,
in the year, well, over a year now, that we've been best friends and stuff. Like, just you really need to write a book. You need to write a book about your life. You need to write an advice book. And the only reason I say that is because, hell, you don't even need people to come with you with problems, because you have been through so much shit just in general that you could write a whole advice book, and you could be like, okay, I'm having this problem today. I'm just gonna say something silly, but God, I got a wart on the side of my foot. Flip that damn book open. Bridget's gonna give you advice on how to remove that son of a bitch.
yeah. Remember the rock and the rainwater?
Yes,
Mm,
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Yes. God, that's crazy.
I know.
Um, for me, I get the most compliments on my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's gonna sound weird. Um, my personality, how smart I am, how well I can, sell. I do get compliments on I'm such a good listener and I give, good advice. And I also get tons of compliments on my hair, eyes, and my hands and nails.
Oh, yeah. And your laugh.
And my laugh. And my
Yeah.
laugh, which I hate. I hate it.
I don't. I think it's cute. It's
I
really
feel like
cute.
a cackling chicken or a witch or something.
Oh.
Caw.
Caw, 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 caw. Uh, all right, you go ahead. Is it my turn or yours?
It's your turn.
Oh, it is already?
Yeah, because I asked the compliments one.
Oh, okay, okay. What small, insignificant thing brings you joy besides Jason taking out the trash?
Insignificant thing that brings me joy.
Yeah, it's like it really shouldn't be a big deal. Like it's insignificant. It's like it's no big deal, but it just tickles the shit out of me.
God.
I know mine straight off the bat, but I'm not gonna say it till you say yours.
I was gonna tell you to tell me yours because I don't know.
No, because
Um
then you'll just say, "Yeah, me too, me too."
oh, okay. Uh the small things. Um I don't know. I think one of the I mean, I don't know if it's considered small, but I think one of the things for me, because it does mean a lot, but because of how she does it, it means the world to me, is how much JoJo tells me she loves me.
Aw,
Because
I don't think
just
that's
through,
insignificant though. I think that's
or
important, but I'll let you go with that.
well, yeah, I mean, not insignificant, but like because of her how much she says it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I chose the wrong one
No,
because
I think that's fun.
that's not insignificant. Hold on, let me think of something else. Hold on. Go ahead and tell me yours. I won't say me too.
Coloring. Most people would consider something like coloring cheesy or insignificant, but it brings me a ton of joy. A ton of joy.
Yeah.
You can't say
No, no, I'm not. I'm not.
it.
Uh. Okay. Yeah, I was picturing this all wrong. Um.
She
Gosh.
said I was
I
picturing this all wrong.
I probably would say wouldn't this
Getting
isn't
your
my
ass
main.
beat in jungle gym, right?
Oh God. I used to love playing Jungle Gym. But
Until
right
she
now
met
I'm
me.
holding the title. But that's not me
Jesus
bragging. But I'm
Christ,
holding it right now.
you just won what last night. That's it. You've been losing for 3 months now.
Y'all didn't see that on Spotify, but I just stuck my tongue out at her.
Oh,
Um, okay, then I would say probably doing TikTok, doing because
oh TikTok.
making people laugh. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel yeah. I'm just gonna tell y'all, I just had a blonde moment, when I said what I did earlier because I know what that means, but I just was picturing something different. So yeah, that ain't
That's all
first
right.
answer.
We'll forgive you.
And I'm a natural redhead, y'all. I'm a natural redhead.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, this is funny. What would you title your memoir?
What would I title my memoir?
Yeah,
The
I
bitch that
really want
didn't
to know
take
that.
shit. That bitch that didn't take shit.
That's actually a good damn name.
I
I
know.
think that will be like top New York seller. Best New York seller, hands down. I'd buy the book.
The bitch that didn't take shit.
The
Yeah.
bitch that didn't take
I'm
shit.
super nice and I will give somebody the shirt off my back, bend over backwards, help you do everything I can. But you start with some bullshit, I will cut you off quicker than shit.
Yep, the minute they bend you over, fuck you in the ass.
Yeah. No, you just bend me over. I'm gonna turn around and kick the shit out of you before you fuck me in the ass because we done.
Oh,
We
right?
I've been screwed so many times. I see that shit coming from a mile away. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this.
Uh-huh. And she ain't lying. She will see that shit a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, what would mine be? Fuck. Uh, that's why I like us not going over these questions and really reading them because that way they can get like our initial reaction and literally hear us coming up with what the fuck we're thinking.
Yeah.
What would my memoir
Yours would
be?
actually be the woman who's married to the man who won't take out trash.
You know what? You damn right about that. You are damn right about that. Um, God, I don't know because I mean I've been through some shit and
I say yours would be sweet and kind. I just think you're sweet and kind.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We gonna go with that because I ain't gonna lie, I can't really think of what mine will be because I would really have to sit and think about it just because I would have to sit here and just kind of think of everything I went through and try and put a title on it. But I like that. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to sweet and kind.
There
Thank you,
you
Betsy.
go. You
Thank you, Betsy.
welcome. You welcome. Okay, let's see. What's one thing you're good at that people don't expect you to be?
Oh God. I think that would be like, God, something I'm good at. Can we let you go? I think if you know yours.
Something I'm good at that people wouldn't think I would be?
Hmm.
Probably technology.
Really?
I don't look like if you beat me, I don't look like I'm a tech geek.
Well, no, no, you don't. But I wouldn't be like, you're a tech, really? But that's also because I know you. So to be
Yeah.
on the outside of it, maybe
Yeah,
I would think that. But
I don't look like I'm like techie, like nerdy techie. You know what I'm saying? I
you do
think I
right
sup
now because of your glasses.
I my glasses make me look techie and nerdy.
And you got your microphone. For those
Yeah.
y'all on Spotify, I just got to take a minute and pause this for a second. But do y'all not hear how my girl sounds crystal clear? You can hear the p and the t and the s because y'all, we are upgrading. Yes, we are upgrading our sound so you can hear us better.
Yeah.
My stuff will be in soon, so don't worry. You'll have two of us coming at you like that. But doesn't my girl sound absolutely freaking amazing?
Thank you.
God, so crystal clear and bold. Like, ooh, yes. Oh, but I
So
don't.
what's yours? What are you good at that people wouldn't expect you to be?
I think that people would probably say for me is I don't know. I don't know what people would think. Well, when I guess like coloring, not that they didn't think that I wasn't talented, but with my coloring and I show people my pictures, they're like, "You did that?
Right.
No, you printed that out. God,
Right.
you color that good." And
Right.
so I would probably say maybe coloring because that's about the only thing I can think of.
I'm gonna plug my phone up. We're just gonna keep going to a few more questions. All right, now I don't have my headset anymore, y'all, so I just sound normal now. That's all right.
Um,
All right, keep going.
are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Okay. So let me do. Well, yeah. In what way would you like to? Or in what way would you most like to become famous? Like out of everything that you're doing right now, what would be the one thing, or even something that you're not doing but you wish you could? What would you like to choose that will make you just famous?
Well, we podcast and then I'd create coloring books, or we both do. And then social media. I'm gonna say social media.
Same for me, because
Yeah.
that's our passion.
Yeah.
Being a social media influencer is it means a lot to me and Bridget because me and her both have touched so many people, and that brings like just warmness to us because the way things are
Mm-hmm.
nowadays and stuff, you need laughter.
Yep.
Laughter is like the best medicine. And if you
Yep.
can take and somebody is depressed, I've literally had a girl reach out to me and she was thinking about ending it all. And she come across my video on TikTok and she completely changed her mind. I brightened her day that much, and I've gotten so many people to
Right.
tell me that it's like I love what I do because I can be serious if I need to be serious, but I feel like there's so much seriousness out there in the world. I like to bring laughter to the table.
Yep.
I'm just comical.
That's me too. That's me too. I just like that. But I never want to get I never want to get so famous that, because I will be honest with you, being on TikTok, I've seen a lot of what I call TikTok famous creators that have changed. Like, we were mutuals early on, and they've grown faster than I have, or whatever, and which I'm very proud of them, and excited for them for. I never, we've talked about that. I never have any jealousy because somebody's growing faster than me. I'm proud
Right.
of them. A lot of times they might put in the work I'm not. They might do lives more than me, or put up more videos than me, or put in the work that I'm not. So that don't bother me. The thing that bothers me is they fucking change, man. They've changed. They're no longer that sweet, kind person. I've had them flip on me. Like, I've had them have your phone number, call, text you, ask you for favors, how to do stuff. You spend time trying to help them, da 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 da, and all of a sudden one day you woke up and you're no longer mutual friends on there, and you're like, what the fuck did I do to you? And it's just,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't
Eh,
know. It's just shit like that. It's just shit like that. Like, I see
Yeah.
them change. I know you've seen people change too.
Yeah, I have, and that's the thing because from when I started off on TikTok, just like everybody, you start off with zero,
Yeah,
and you work your way up there. And me and you are large creators. We're considered large creators, and I've not had not one person tell me that I've changed. People that have met me, talked to me,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh my God, you're exactly the same as you are on TikTok
yeah,
in person." You
yeah.
like because you can't do that because that's a surefire way as to where you sitting on your high horse like this, you'll get knocked off eventually, and it's not going to be a pretty fall.
Well, my dad always told me that everything goes up must come down. So my
Yeah,
thing is, whether it be actresses, actors, TikTok famous, whatever it is, you have your day. You have your ass has its day in the sunshine. Okay, that the
it
sun will
does.
shine on your ass for a little while, but then it ain't gonna shine on it anymore. And you've got a lot of people. I just can't be anybody but me. I can't be anybody but me. I don't know how to be anybody
Same.
but me. And I'm
Yep.
just not, I I try to answer as many people back. Now, I won't sit here and tell you every single person I answer back, because some of them I don't
It's
see.
hard to.
Yeah, and some of them I don't see. I don't see the comments, or I don't get their DMs and things like that. But I spend several hours a day going through and messaging people back, or answering, and I'll have them tell me, "Oh my God, I can't believe you answered my email," or "Oh my God, I can't believe you answered my message." And I'm like,
Yeah.
why? And they're like, because none of the other large creators will speak to me. You know what I'm saying? They won't even acknowledge
Exactly.
me. And I think that shit's sad. I think that, because who the fuck do you think you are? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You put your damn pants on just like everybody else. So
And you
I
got
just
to
think that's ridiculous.
realize it's those people that made you who the fuck you are.
Exactly. 100%. So
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, I would
110%.
say social media. I'd want to be, more famous on social media, but I'd never want to get so famous which I don't think
That
I
you
ever
turn your
would.
nose
Like,
up at everybody.
yeah. So at what point do you get that famous that all of a sudden you become snooty? Whatever number that is, I don't want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my turn now.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the single most best decision you've ever made?
Dang. These questions are so, not that it's hard.
Right. Thought provoking, I think, is what you're trying to
Yeah.
think of. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
don't want to just answer just nonchalantly and say, oh, it's that I ate a pickle today. You know, you, you want to come up with, something good.
Actually, my best decision ever was deciding to shit in the toilet instead of on the ground. I tell you what, that was a good one.
Because of that bidet, y'all. It was because of the bidet.
Oh, I thank God every time I go to the bathroom and do number two that I have that thing. I swear I do. I'm like, God, I love this thing.
Oh,
Y'all. I'm
gosh.
gonna give you a little piece of advice. If you ever pull the trigger and buy you a bidet, don't go cheap. If you're gonna go cheap on anything, don't go cheap on the bidet. Don't get that $89 one that shoots cold water up your ass. Okay, go ahead and go for the Mac Daddy that's got get the Toto, the $500 one that has all the bells and whistles on it because your ass will thank you later. I'm just gonna
Wow,
tell you,
and I think she said it even does warm water, right?
it does warm water up your booty.
Do you set your own temperature?
No, it's just automatic. And
Oh,
it's the perfect
nice.
temperature. It's the perfect temperature. Now, if you just keep letting it, shoot water out, it eventually gets cold because there's a tank that heats up the water, like kind of like your
Oh,
hot water heater. You know what
so you got
I'm saying?
a little mini hot water heater for your bidet.
And it is. So it's in the back of it, and it's a little tank, and it heats up, heats up the water. And then once you run all the water out of that tank, then it just keeps shooting cold water. But it kind of feels good because you start out with this real warm water, and it washes, and then you end up rinsing in cold. If you like, when I number two, I like rinse for a really long time because I want my whole ass to have a bath. Like I leave it on there for a while. Like now don't be my
Oh,
husband.
yeah.
He'll be thinking nasty. He said, "You ain't trying to climax in there, are you?" No, I just want to get my butt clean. So it rinses with cold. It starts out hot, rinses cold, and I kind of enjoy that.
Oh, God. This went from deep questions for us learning about Bridget's every move when she. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You got a bidet and you
Uh-huh.
sit on that bitch and let it squirt you in the ass. Now, I want to know how the fuck you got an enema when you were on the boat and shit.
My bidet don't shoot up at 90 miles an hour.
Oh, God.
If it's
Girl,
if
you make
it's
me
if
want to go on a boat just to experience that.
you don't want to experience that. I tell you what, next summer when Dylan goes on the
Oh.
boat, I'm gonna have you and JoJo mark off a Saturday and go on the damn boat with us, and he can take your ass 90 miles an hour, and we will just keep pulling behind the boat because I promise you gonna have shit
Oh.
all over you. You'll have
Act
shit
like
everywhere.
that'd be the day that I wear a pair of fucking Depends diaper.
It'll get wet.
Oh,
Your
and
diaper will come falling apart in the water.
it'll be all swollen up. Oh, God. Oh, God.
You have saggy britches.
Oh,
Literal swamp ass.
oh, God. I couldn't help but bring that up. I mean, I
No,
would at least thought the bidet would have prepared you for that, but I guess.
it didn't. It don't shoot hard enough. And Dylan run that damn water up my ass at 90 miles an hour. I mean, he was trucking, and it was going whoosh, 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 whoosh. Because I was bouncing. I was bouncing on the
God, I wish somebody would have been recording that.
Oh, we did
Google, if
record it.
you were recording that day, please send us. Please.
They did record it. They got some recording of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Girl, you need to get that video and share with us. Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God, that made me cry. Oh, God. I don't even know what question we were on.
What's the best decision you ever made?
Oh, okay. So it's my turn to read a question.
No, you didn't answer it.
Oh, oh, God. Best
And you
decision I
thought
ever
mine was
made.
the bidet, but it's not. That wasn't my best decision. I don't know how the fuck we got on that damn subject.
Uh, I think my best decision that I made was marrying Jason and being with him because him coming into my life brought Joanna
Mm-hmm.
into my life. So
So it's not
I,
really for him. It's more for because you got Joanna out of it.
well, I mean, they kind of fucking trash. Oh, God. But yeah,
Well,
because
my
I mean, he has showed me a lot of new things and I've ventured out and learned a lot about myself from being, being with him. And JoJo was just the topping on the cake.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say.
Mine would be to be a mother. When I first got pregnant with my son Brandon, I was 18. And I was not married. And of course, when you first find out you're pregnant, you're faced with the decision: do I keep it? Do I put him up for adoption? Do I have an abortion? I mean, that enters every girl's mind who's underage and unmarried.
Yeah.
And I decided to keep him. I wanted to keep. It never honestly was an option to not keep him to me, but just knowing that I had that choice, and I had people asking me, when they found out, like my friends and family, when they said, "No, you are you going to keep him?" And I was like, "Absolutely, absolutely, I'm going to keep the baby." I wasn't ready to be a mom. I didn't want to be a mom.
But you made it
Um,
work and it turned out
but yeah,
amazing.
exactly. So that's probably the best
Yeah.
decision I ever made. Hmm.
Aww. I still need to meet him. I need to meet Brandon
Yes, you do.
because you talk so much and highly of him.
Let's do one more question each.
Okay. Oh, and then I'm gonna find the one I really want to ask. Okay. Oh, okay. What always makes you feel nostalgic? The one thing that always makes you feel nostalgic.
You ready for this? That
Uh,
didn't take long for me to think of. Hearing an airplane.
really?
Yep. If I hear in the summertime you're outside and you hear an airplane go on over, I feel very nostalgic, and I'll explain to you why. Me and my dad lived right beside an airport.
Uh,
So you would hear planes and jets come in at all hours of the day. And so when I hear that sound, it takes me back to when I was a little girl living at home with my dad.
oh,
Yeah.
that is so. You know what's so funny is that when I was asking the question, you know what I said in my head? I was close, but it wasn't hearing a jet.
You were
It
saying a
was,
train?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a train. I thought you was
Yeah.
gonna say a train, but I was close.
I love trains too. Now choo choo trains remind me of my papa Glenn, because he was the first one that ever took me to Tweetsy,
Choo
and
choo.
he loved Tweetsy, and we used to ride that train 2 or 3
Oh,
times while I was there. So trains remind me of my grandpa Glenn, but planes is probably my most nostalgic, because I can be outside, you know, doing something in the yard, and I'll hear a plane go over it, and I just literally will stand up and close my eyes and just listen to that plane.
oh, and think of all the memories.
Yep.
Mine is the smell of honeysuckle.
Really? And why's
Uh
that?
huh. Because that was my mama loved honeysuckle. Oh my gosh, she loved
Oh.
honeysuckle. And anytime when we were out riding in the summertime, just a trip to the grocery store. Me and her like to ride in the country a lot too. And I
Mm,
remember when we were little, like when me and her and Daddy would go places, and I'd be in the back seat, and we'd be riding through the country and stuff. She'd always say, "Ah, I love the smell of honeysuckle.
yeah.
I love honeysuckle." So anytime I smell
Oh.
honeysuckle, it brings back nostalgia for me because I mean I got 100 memories I can name of where we were when she's like, "Oh, I love the smell of honeysuckle," or she'll say, "You
Oh.
smell that? You smell the honeysuckle?" I was like, "Yeah, Mom,
Yeah.
I smell it. It smells good."
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that
sweet.
would be mine.
Okay, so this is my last one. You ready?
Uh huh.
You're in a horror film running from a masked murderer.
I mean,
You're
a what?
only you're running from a masked murderer.
No, what'd you say before that? I mean, a what?
Oh, a horror film.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear
You're,
it. For some reason, like it went silent or something for that part.
okay. So you're in a horror film, you're running from a masked murderer. Your only companion is the last person you text. Who was the last person you text?
Girl, that is so funny. That was one of my questions. You.
Okay. So that I'm your companion. We're running from the murderer, and your only weapon is whatever is currently closest to your left hand. What's closest to your left hand?
Oh, my Pepsi can.
So that's your only weapon.
My Diet
Okay.
Carefree Pepsi can.
What is the movie like? And do you think you could survive?
Shit. With you, yeah. Because you know how to give advice, first of all. And you will bitch at me and say, "All right, now this is when you got to toughen up, bitch. Now let me tell you what you got to do. You got to run from this murder. Now you let me tell you, hey, what you got to do. Let me tell you what you got to do with this with your Pepsi can, okay? First you're gonna shove it right up under his balls and then punch him in the face. Like Bridget would be giving me play by play. She would be telling me shit to pull off my body to use as a weapon,
Yeah.
like hardcore. So I think I
Apparently,
would
you don't know
survive
me
that.
too well. You don't know me too well then. Because
Why
if we're
you?
being chased by a mass murder, I'm going to look at you and say, bitch, it's every man for himself. I'm out of here. And all you're going to see is assholes and elbows because I'm just going to be doing this right here.
Oh, I thought it meant like if I was texting you and you were telling me what to do when you said the
Uh-uh.
last person. So it would be me and you running.
Yep.
Oh, and then I'm just gone.
Yep.
She would throw me to the mass murder and take off.
Yep. No, it
Yeah,
said
I
the last
misunderstood
person
that
you
question.
text is yeah, the last person you text is your companion, while you're there in the horror movie.
That's okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
my brain took a left turn to Albuquerque. Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sitting there running from the mass murderer telling you what to do. I'd look at you and say, "Bitch, you got to figure it out. I'm
Yeah,
gone."
because I'm picturing holding my Diet Caffeine Free Pepsi in one hand and reading your text message of what to do. Now, what about you?
Oh, so the last person I text, I think, was you.
Probably because she sent me the podcast link.
Yeah, that's right. So the last person
Mm-hmm.
I text was you. So you're my companion in the horror movie. The horror movie, we're running from this thing. I think you would be hollering, Bridget, Bridget, help me, Bridget, help me. Don't
I'm not
leave me,
Bridget. What do we do? What do we do?
bitch, don't leave me. Oh my God. I'd look at you and say, Paul, I love you, but we're both fat girls. Let's just tuck and roll. This is a heel. Let's just tuck and
Tuck and
roll,
roll.
okay?
Tuck and roll.
We can get away if we just roll down this hill.
I ain't like it. We'll get a whole hell of a lot more speed than them.
That's right. That's right. Look like two little donuts rolling down the hill. One was strawberry glaze and the other one was chocolate.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh,
Oh God.
Lord.
That was gonna. Yeah, we hope that y'all have enjoyed this show. You
Yeah.
know, me and Bridget, we love them questions, like,
Yep.
because we just be coming up with some off the wall shit, but we also gonna tell you like it is, whether you like it or not.
I
But
got to tell y'all, on Spotify, y'all don't see it, but on YouTube, I'm sure y'all have seen that one little piece of hair she's got looking like alfalfa that has waved at me this entire podcast. This entire podcast, it's waved. It's been da da
oh
da
God,
da 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 da
I
da.
didn't even see that until just now. It's just sticking straight up.
Yeah, it's been
Oh,
that way
that's
the
what.
whole
Yeah, my.
time.
I don't know what's going on with my bun today,
Mm.
y'all. Yeah, Spotify, you have to come to YouTube and check this hot mess out. So, y'all, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Don't forget to hop on over to Spotify because you can find us there. Spotify people, make sure you come to YouTube so you can meet me and Bridget officially.
Yeah.
And y'all, we will catch you on the next podcast. We hope y'all have a lovely, wonderful night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.